Commemorations are taking place across Israel to mark the second anniversary of the Hamas attacks in which 1,200 people were killed. It comes as negotiators from both sides meet in Egypt to try to reach agreement on a US ceasefire plan. Our reporter Aisling Kenny and cameraman Jimmy Norman visited kibbutz near Oz in southern Israel, one of those hardest hit in the attacks.
What once was a peaceful community, now eerily deserted. 117 people were killed or taken hostage here when over 500 Hamas militants stormed kibbutz Nir Oz in southern Israel, beside the Gaza border, 2 years ago today. Rita Lifshitz lived here but was out of the kibbutz when the attack happened. Her father-in-law Oded Lifshitz and his wife Yocheved, who were in their 80s, were taken hostage. Yocheved was released, but Oded died in captivity.
The families were terrified inside the bomb-shot rooms. They heard the shoutings, screamings, shootings of Hamas, and they were waiting for the army to come to save them. But the army came only 8 hours after Hamas entered the kibbutz. Here you can see what is left of two loving people that have been married for over 60 years. And this is what is left.
Here in kibbutz Nir Oz, time has stood still. There are signs everywhere of the death, destruction and violence that took place on that fateful day. What once were happy homes are now just burnt out shells. On this day 2 years ago, people were dancing and having fun at the Nova Music Festival. And then the music stopped and chaos broke out when Hamas militants attacked. 364 people were killed and 44 were taken hostage. Placards with the faces and the names of the victims stand side by side, a poignant reminder of those who lost their lives.
Just feel so extremely heartbroken for the families and that lost their loved ones, and for even the people that went through this and the fear they must have felt.
I cry all the time. I see the Megunit and I cry. It's so hurt. So it's not easy. It's not easy.
An Israeli war on Gaza in retaliation to the attack has killed around 67,000 people. In Egypt, talks on ending the ongoing war on Gaza are continuing. The stakes are high, but people in Israel and Gaza are hoping that this plan will result in peace, though obstacles still remain.
Aisling joins us now from Tel Aviv. Aisling, as you say, the stakes in those talks incredibly high. Any indications of how they are going?
Well, David, as you heard in the report there, both sides are in Egypt to discuss that US ceasefire plan. The US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, I understand, will join the talks shortly. Hamas says that it's ready to reach a deal, but significant obstacles remain, including the fact that Hamas says it wants to reach a deal, but there are a number of obstacles, and it says that a deal must include a full Israeli withdrawal from the Gaza Strip, but Israeli says that it will not do this. Israel wants Hamas to disarm and to commit to not taking part in any future government in Gaza. Now, all this is happening as the violence and bombs continue to rain down on Gaza. We were down at the border between Gaza and Israel earlier today, and we could hear those explosions ringing out in the distance. The people there are continuing to suffer. The United Nations has said that its trucks are lined up at the border and ready to deliver vital humanitarian aid now that is so much needed in the enclave if and when a ceasefire deal can be agreed.
OK, Aisling Kenny in Tel Aviv, thank you for that.
8 of the 15 Irish citizens held by Israel after it intercepted the global Sumud flotilla have now arrived home. 3 of them landed late last night, while this afternoon dozens of people, including family members, friends and supporters, gathered at the arrivals hall at Dublin Airport's Terminal 2 to welcome home a further 5 of the pro-Palestinian activists.
Singing and chanting as they waited for the flight from Athens. Loved ones and supporters thrilled to have them home safe after almost 6 weeks away.
I'm elated to be back. great to see them. For me, it's been a little over 6 weeks. I left in mid to late August, so obviously happy to be home.
Some spoke of the mistreatment they received from the Israel Defence Forces at the high-security prison.
They were pointing guns into the cells at night time. They gave us no water to drink. They gave us no food. They were animals, basically.
These 5, like all involved in the flotilla, hope the government can do more to help the plight of the Palestinians.
I just wonder, do you think that's the kind of state that Ireland should have diplomatic relations with, a roaring trade with, and allow our Shannon airport to be used to carry weapons to continue the extermination of our Palestinian brothers and sisters? I ask the question.
The remaining 5 activists are due to arrive here after midnight tonight on another flight from Athens, and that group will include the Sinn Féin Senator Chris Andrews. Maggie Doyle, RTE News, Dublin Airport.